Welcome to All Things Battlefield Earth, and this is part 13 of the movie versus the book. And the book, one of the best science fiction books ever written, and Battlefield Earth, the movie, definitely did it a lot of justice in many ways. So, let's pick up where we left off. Here, Johnny has discovered a nuclear weapon. And we know that the Cyclo's breathe gas it reacts dangerously, it blows up, it kills people, kills Cyclos. And Johnny wants to send this to the Cyclo planet to destroy the Cyclos. Now, just like the book, he sent back 10 bombs, actually, and it worked out pretty well for Johnny. But in this case, we've got just the one. There's actually a deleted scene regarding the bomb because it didn't have a timer switch, and they were not able to send it back like they did in the book, where he had pull tabs, and he was, basically able to make sure the bombs went off when they were supposed to go off. But Mickey has decided that he's lost his brother recently, and he's feeling pretty gloomy, and he wants to do this. He feels that it's his job to do this. And Johnny says, no, it's my plan, I go. And Mickey makes a great point and says, you're the only one that speaks their language. If the plan fails, then we're nothing without you. So makes a lot of sense. So Johnny decides that he would let Mickey go, and there's a little exchange of respect from one to the other. So here they are planning this final revolt. Now, meanwhile, Turl is up to being Turl. He's got this plan to where he's going to send the Cyclo back in these caskets to the planet Cyclo. So when he returns in 6 months, is what his plan is, he can just go dig them up one night and be a rich Cyclo. Now, the book was a little more detailed. He actually smeltered the bricks of gold, and actually there were no bricks of gold. It was actual mined gold that Johnny had to mine, and he melted it down and made coffin lids out of it so that no one was really the wiser. Now, he did in fact cause the deaths of several Cyclos in order to have enough bodies to be sent back so he could get all of his gold back. So Turl's plan is working out very nicely for him. All the elements are going just fine. And so Johnny decides it's time to get a little leverage on the Cyclos that are holding the cards. And here's Kerr checking on the man animals, and Johnny approaches with a deal, basically. Johnny is trying to get Kerr on the man animal side. In the book, Johnny and Kerr are very close. They're shaft mates. Kerr is very friendly. He's not an evil Cyclo like the rest of them. He was a midget Cyclo. He was not respected, and was actually smuggled to Earth because he didn't have proper papers, and he was actually a criminal. So we find a lot of things out about Kerr, and he's really he doesn't have the things in his head that cause him to be evil and enjoy killing. So they painted Kerr earlier in the movie as such a Cyclo that would kill for pleasure, but he's not. And so Johnny says, hey, I've got this disc, I've got, leverage to where you could turn this thing around, because Turl has tons of leverage on Kerr, and that's why Kerr has to do everything that Turl wants, and very much so. In the book, they go into much greater detail regarding Kerr and Turl's relationship, and why Kerr is a puppet. But here's Johnny saying, okay, you don't want to play by the rules? I can make this disappear. And he hands it back to Chrissy. All of a sudden, this information disappears in the crowd of 100, 200, whatever man animals. So Kerr finds this funny and says, okay, you wanna trade man animal? Let's trade. And so now that Kerr has a little information to where he feels he can get the upper hand on Turl. However, unfortunately, Turl is always 3 steps ahead. He is a conniving person, a conniving cyclo. He understands how people work, and he understands how to be 3 and 4 steps ahead of them. This is a rather nice scene from the movie, and to where they are talking about children. And Chrissy's pretty excited about that, because for probably in the book's time frame where this would have happened, would have been a year and a half or more. Remember, she went a year without even seeing Johnny, and then once she went out to try to find Johnny, she was captured and then put in this cage. So this is a pretty good day for her, to be able to get out and to see her man again, get this collar off her neck, and to feel that maybe things are going to be okay. Now, here's Kerr, kicked back, drinking his Kerbango, chilling out and enjoying himself. And poor Kerr, he's drunk. He's enjoying himself. He's joking around, having a good old time. But he's playing the disc, a copy of the disc, because the original disc was given to someone else. And he's very proud of himself. He says, hey, you taught me so well, to get leverage on someone. And Turl is pretty calm, takes it in stride, acts like he's kind of pissy for a moment, getting upset. But again, Turl is never shook. He listens to Kerr going on and on about leverage and him being in charge, and there the video in the background's playing of the leverage Kerr has on Turl, and he's negotiating the percentage of the gold. I believe it was 80-20, and Kerr felt he should get the 80%, and I think he makes a joke with Kerr Bango and laughs. So you see, Turl is starting to get amused, and he starts to play a game with him. He said, basically just, hey, let me see if I can guess. He's like, somebody in the communications office, and Kerr acts like it's, real dramatic, like he could be thinking of it, and he's wrong. So there's a little game going on here between 2 cyclos, and the game wears thin quite quickly when Turl reveals exactly that he knows what's going on. So he pulls out his weapon, and he says, well, I must, I'm supposed to vaporize you. And he says, what are you doing? And in moments, Kerr realizes the masterful Turl. He says, you are just too good of a teacher. And they continue to play this game. I must point out that the entire book, I don't recall Kerr had ever at any point playing this kind of game with Turl, because he knew what Turl was about. He knew he would lose. So I don't recall any game being played. But still, it gives you the understanding of what they just like screwing with each other. And they don't mind killing each other. They don't mind, to them a game ends with death. Someone's going to die. So here, they're still playing this game. Kerr is, now he's up on his feet, and he's feeling pretty confident. And, but again, in the book, Kerr did exactly what he was told to do, and he was even made planet ship at one point, and totally had to follow all the rules. And Turl was planning on having Kerr transfer him off the planet in 6 months. So Turtle has thought long and hard, and he has made some serious plans. As you can see by the change in Turtle's face, he now decides to let Kerr know exactly that he's on to him, and he knows that it was a bartender. Now, in this deleted scene earlier, we see that the bartender was trying to get, had his son. It was very expensive to get his son in the academy, so we know a little backstory about it. Maybe that's why they took it out, because they didn't want to, cold-bloodedly kill someone who had a family. Even though Cyclos are typically totally evil, he still has a family. So I can only guess maybe that's why they took it out. But here's Turtle proving a lesson. They didn't want to kill Kerr because he needs him too much. So he blows off his arm. He blows off his hand. And you didn't see that one coming. At least I didn't when I first saw the movie. And then he basically gives him an order. Meet me in 2 hours and get the original disc. And Turtle is taking control once again, and Kerr has to cower down and realizes the absolute monstrous demon that Turtle is, and he follows his instructions. But again, thank you for watching. Again, this is part 13, and we are coming up on the man-animal revolt. And as always, I would love to hear your feedback and any questions you may have. Thank you for watching.